Marc Márquez's surprising statement after pre-season testing at the Circuit della Comunità Valenciana, Riccardo Tormo, immediately shook the MotoGP paddock, seemingly revealing Aprilia's hidden strengths, which had long been underestimated. In a serious and cautious tone, Márquez admitted that the performance of this year's RSGP wasn't just fast, it threatened to become a new nightmare for its rivals next season. Let's discuss it. During the day's testing at the Riccardo Tormo circuit, Aprilia dominated the top of the standings from the outset. Raul Fernandez of Trackhouse Aprilia posted an impressive time of 1:29.373, with Marco Bezzecchi of Aprilia Racing close behind in second place. Alex Marquez of Gresini Ducati finished third behind them, less than 0.1 of a second off the pace. However, this still couldn't disguise the fact that Aprilia dominated the headlines of the day. Raul Fernandez's time wasn't just a fast lap, it was a clear indication that the 2025 RSGP is 2 levels ahead of last season's model. Fernandez and Bezzecchi's consistent performance throughout the session suggests that this extraordinary result was not the product of a magic lap, but rather proof that Aprilia has produced a bike that has been completely reimagined. Bezzecchi himself acknowledged how surprising the rapid adaptation process was, saying that the bike felt very natural to his riding style and allowed him to brake deeper while maintaining stable acceleration. Although he wasn't riding at full capacity due to his ongoing injury recovery, Marc Márquez continued to monitor every detail of his rival's progress from the sidelines. He analysed data, examined timings, and re-watched several crucial runs during the Valencia test. When asked about Aprilia's dominance, Márquez made no attempt to conceal his admiration and even a hint of suspicion. Raul and Bezzecchi's speed was incredible. They found something that works really well. Aprilia has taken a big step forward, and it's clear to see, said Márquez. This kind of praise is almost unheard of from Márquez, especially for a direct opponent. So it's no surprise that his comments immediately set off alarm bells in the Ducati and KTM garages. Márquez emphasised that the 2025 RSGP looks much more mature, being more stable at the front, faster when entering and exiting corners, and showing dramatically improved acceleration. In short, Aprilia's performance can no longer be considered a surprise. They are now officially among the biggest threats in the 2025 season, alongside the dominant Ducati. Last season, Raul Fernandez experienced a rollercoaster season, often struggling with inconsistency and finding it difficult to find his rhythm. However, Valencia 2025 appears to be a major turning point in his career. In a pressurised test session, Raul performed at his best. Everything we tried felt right. This bike has great potential, he said. He is not only fast over one lap, but also recorded impressive time stability across every run, something that had previously been his weakness. This consistency suggests that the RSGP has reached technical maturity and that Raul's mentality is now at a much higher level. It's a combination that could make him a real threat this season. Amidst Aprilia's incredible success, a major discussion has begun to reverberate throughout the paddock. Is Ducati starting to weaken? While Alex Marquez secured third place, Ducati's overall performance is far from the dominant displays they have demonstrated in recent seasons. Not a single Ducati bike has broken Aprilia's lap times, and the GP25's stability is reportedly declining, particularly during the entry to mid-corner phase, a phase in which Aprilia now excels. Marc Márquez's comments about Aprilia's superiority further heated up the atmosphere, fueling speculation and rumours among rival teams. His cautious tone caused many to take the situation more seriously. Some technicians even began whispering that Ducati no longer had the comfortable margin of victory they had enjoyed in previous seasons. This was a major talking point in the paddock and could potentially change the MotoGP standings this season. While Aprilia's rise was gathering pace, Ducati was buffeted by an internal storm that heated up the atmosphere in the paddock. Rumours began to circulate that Francesco Bagnaia's position was no longer as secure as initially thought. Several Italian media outlets reported that Ducati had opened the door to preliminary discussions regarding Fabio Quartararo as a potential replacement, a rumour that shocked the MotoGP world immediately. Bagnaia's problems were not simple, but rather multi-layered and interconnected. Firstly, his performance declined sharply from the Indonesian round to the Portuguese round after a solid performance in Japan, leaving many wondering what was really going on. Secondly, the consistency of Ducati's rivals was becoming increasingly apparent. Fabio Di Giannantonio and several other riders appeared more consistent and aggressive, putting pressure on the reigning world champion. Thirdly, relations with the technical team were also strained. Bagnaia reportedly wanted significant changes to the GP25, but the Ducati crew deemed his demands unrealistic, sparking internal tensions that were becoming increasingly difficult to conceal. Fourthly, the mounting mental pressure caused Bagnaia to lose focus. Several small mistakes indicated that things were not going well. Tensions reached a peak when Italian media reports revealed that Bagnaia's relationship with Ducati was breaking down, a term rarely used except in serious situations. In these circumstances, Fabio Quartararo emerged as the most logical and strategic option, especially since El Diablo himself was frustrated with Yamaha and, reportedly, ready to take significant steps to regain competitiveness. Clearly, the drama was not over yet, and the entire paddock was holding its breath, waiting for further developments. Meanwhile, an emotional moment erupted in Valencia during an already tense weekend. Alex Marquez delivered a remarkable performance, winning the sprint race, a victory made all the more meaningful by the presence of his brother, Marc Márquez, who was still recovering from injury and could only observe from the garage. Alex performed calmly and maturely, particularly when withstanding brutal pressure from Pedro Acosta in the final laps. Not only did he maintain his rhythm, he also displayed the patience typical of a mature rider. Every corner felt like a mental duel, and Alex triumphed in every one. When he finally crossed the finish line, the camera immediately captured Marc's reaction. He stood up slowly, nodded slowly, and held back his emotions. There was pride, relief, and a wave of emotion that was hard to hide. In that brief moment, it was clear that Alex's victory was a victory for the Marquez family too. After the race, the two met in the Gresini area. There was no podium and no formal celebration, just a warm embrace between two brothers who had weathered many storms together. Although it was a small moment, it became one of the most sincere and touching scenes in the paddock this season. With the RSGP proven to be fast, stable and adaptable to a wide range of riders, Aprilia has demonstrated that it has entered a new league. Many MotoGP experts are boldly predicting that the 2026 season will be one of the most competitive in 10 years. This is not only due to Aprilia's meteoric rise, but also because these changes will put pressure on all the other teams. Can Aprilia maintain its lead? Let us know your thoughts below.